Hello everyone. I'm not only sick right now, but it is currently raining. So it's just the best of both worlds, for me and my bitrate. But a lot has happened in these past 2 weeks on the Betaland server. For one, my entire yard is looking a little different. A lot of terraforming, a lot of thought and effort went into this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It would look even better if it wasn't raining though. I also built this. No way. I also built this house in a very similar style to that one. It too has a tower, and there's some reasons to that. It also has no interior, but you'll see why that is later in the episode when Dan does his architectural review. Now, I am recording this after the fact, but you can also see something new up here. This is my observatory. I would have recorded myself building this, but I was sick. So the bottom of this place is pretty unkept, whatever. And here is my telescope. This is what I'm most proud of in this build. It's really hard to get a natural angle like this in beta because you can really only go up a full block underneath. There's no upside down stairs or top slabs. Slabs only place on the bottom. So it's just really hard to get this natural kind of slant. Now what I did here was I used fences to kind of cover up that fact and also kind of provide a little bit of stability. We also have this glass block over there, as well as a little viewing thing. It's pretty sick, pretty cool. Anyways, I think it's time to show a little bit of what's been happening on the server, mainly this area, because over there is not so developed. And we will be skipping Clubby's place because it is just too big. Oh no! Oh, dude, someone blew up Darren's house over here. Oh, I say someone, it was a creeper, but still, that's so sad. Anyway, look at Cappy's lighthouse. Top is a little thick from down here, but from far away it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna leave my sign here as well. There's not enough room to put my little sign on there, like my little name. So hopefully she watches the video and sees that it was me who left that. I think she's gonna fill this with lava, but I also don't think that she is going to be able to. The wool and the wood, it is going to burn at this distance. You can see so much from up here. It's getting dark and I don't have a bed. Uh-oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. You can see Akron's little desert village that he's building over there. And it looks like Moog has also done a few extra things at his place over there. So we'll go check that out. Over here is his little market square. I wonder if he's going to put wool anywhere or if he's just going to leave it like this. There's dirt right here. It seems like such a small thing to add. I wonder if he'll ever get to it. Well, hold on. Let me finish the sign real quick. Let me fix the translation here. There we go. Now it reads properly. Dang, what a nice little house. I bought this off of Akron. I guess he's selling these homes to people who are willing to buy them. I paid 2 coal for this. So I'm doing pretty good in the real estate business right now. Tomomoku Loye Yellow. So this is like a building, a food building, I guess, or a building which sells. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. I'm still learning the language. Mean bugs ate my plants. Pipi ike limoku e kasimi. Hey, this is his little shop over here. I really like this. And there's sort of layering with the adobe. I really like this. Tomowali. This is the house of Valley's house. Dude, Valley got 2 floors. Now I'm kind of feeling a little bad about my my whole real estate choice. This house is way cooler than mine is. Maybe buying the literal smallest house Akron built, like, wasn't such a good idea. What is this? Akron's mushroom den? Ew, what the hell? It's gross, dude. There's Moog's house, and we'll go there in a second. I wanna... Actually, you know what? We might as well go there now. Yeah, I really like what he's doing with the little, like, sectioning. You know, sectioning off the floors with this, like, a horizontal line. What is this? Is this like an entrance to a mine? Maybe. It might be. This is a nice little garden. I wonder... Yeah, he's definitely put some fences in there. I like what he's got going on here. You have the... Spiffy's flower. Spiffy's been raiding his house, I assume. Little storage space, little crafting area. Some pink wool. I think this is from the pink sheep that he found. So then a little bit more decoration. I like the iron blocks. Such a flex. Such a flex. But yeah, I'm really liking his house so far. Anyway, let's make our way on over to Spiffy's little town over here. A lot of this is very new to me. I haven't been over to his area in a while. What a wonderful fish. Welcome to the Cobalt Rivera. Fish! That's awesome. This little building down here is very new. It's like a little house. This is the little fishery. I am a sucker for this like cobblestone floor and walls. I just think this building looks very nice. Here's some more homes over here, a gravel roof, some more clay. It seems like he's trying a lot of different styles for his buildings, and I really like that. But I think it is time to transition to Dan's wonderful architectural review that he did of my property, where I get to kind of explain my case behind the decisions I made a little bit more. So, for this area, I had two things that I really wanted to kind of touch on. First one was I wanted to improve my landscaping ability, and I think I've shown that off here pretty well. But also, I kind of wanted to explore, like, okay, Valley, why'd you do that?
What are you doing?
Look at my tree. Look what he did to my tree.
Oh, have you seen the forest next to my house?
I don't think so.
Well, imagine if every tree looked like that. Every tree.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
Even the ones in my tree farm.
So the idea of this area was to kind of explore the ideas of observation and new perspective. You can kind of see that in how kind of every new angle, well, I'm going to cover up some parts over here, but almost every new angle shows you a very different kind of view of the landscape. Kind of picking it apart in detail, it kind of like loses that magic. But if you're just walking, all of this seems very new and fresh, even though it's a lot of repeated elements like this over here and then this over here, and just little water bogs. And that's also kind of the deal with the towers. Like, this is a very, I'm going to close this off even more than it is right now. I want this to feel completely closed in, this whole area. I don't want you to be able to see anything outside of this tree line, or this tree line. So the idea is to gain a new perspective, all you need to do is just go up this tower. Granted, they are very limited perspectives.
When I was up here, I did say that I had some nice views. I mean, you can see Moog's house perfectly right there.
Exactly.
It's nice. And when it's like all hemmed in at the bottom, you wouldn't be able to see it at all. So yeah, I see what you're going for.
The landscape, like I said, is very closed in. But the towers allow you to kind of observe past the, I guess, the boundaries that your viewpoint on the ground kind of inhibits. And another thing is that, you know, even though the world is kind of like lush and green and beautiful where you're currently standing.
It's very green here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just this biome or what, but it's really nice.
That doesn't really mean that you still shouldn't look for new perspectives and change. Just because it is beautiful where you're at, or you are like at least okay with where you're at in life, doesn't mean you shouldn't be looking for new experiences. I'm gonna sleep here.
I like how you just sleep outdoors instead of in your house that's right there.
Yeah, I'm super lazy, and you'll see what I mean by super lazy. Geez, could it be night already? There we go. But yeah, I used a lot of small tricks, like water ponds to kind of contrast the green. Also the mud as well. I used some gray wool, and I don't think I'm going to continue doing that, but maybe I'll do it like every now and again, but not all the time. This clay as well, just kind of incorporating a lot of natural elements. This is kind of like an alternative grass, and it also helps provide a lot of contrast as well. This artificial mounds, and I guess a whole bunch of bushes all over the place. It's a lot of like repeated elements
that kind of add together.
Yeah, they're kind of put in a thoughtful way.
Yeah. And this house isn't done yet. The interior is not completed at all.
Yeah.
But the idea is that I don't want people to be able to really see this house all too much when they're over here, because everything is like, it's beautiful, but it's all closed off.
Yeah, I did actually feel that when I first came over to look at it, it took a while for me to properly get a good perspective on it until I was right up next to it.
And that's what I kind of like about this area. It forces you to like think about it rather than just like, oh, there's a house here. It's, well, there's a house here. You can see the leaves kind of blend into the dirt over there. And you kind of, your eyes are drawn across the landscape. This isn't like decorated or like terraformed. I want to kind of transition into a more like birch forest over here with like maybe custom trees or whatever. But over here is an observatory, and I've talked about observation before, and this is pretty on the nose.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it until today, and now wow, now that I can hear you talk about it, I understand what you mean.
But the idea was that, you know, I want my area to be inhabited by a lot of scholarly people, a lot of people that are looking for those new experiences, looking for personal change or development or growth. Sort of like myself, at least currently. And it's kind of messy in here, you know, the bottom is unkept.
Yeah, I noticed the floor is kind of just got this little like holes in it. I feel like I'd just trip up, but yeah.
This telescope took me a while to design on a creative world. Oh no, someone's broken it. Hold on, give me a second.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, I came by earlier, and I love how like the pistons extended and all of that. Like it just, it's so sick.
Oh, it's probably someone extended the pistons and it broke.
Oh, that might have been me.
I forget what it's called, but the mechanic where you can power a piston, like in a weird way. Quasi-connectivity, yes. Hold on, let me,
What? I've not even heard of this.
Let me show you what I mean. Let me just grab a lever real quick. So, one of the pistons that I wanted to be extended was in a weird place, and I didn't just want to put like a lever underneath it, because that'd be dumb. So what I did was, gonna unextend that, gonna extend this, and then I can now break this, and it's fine.
What?
Yeah, it just stays
because
powered.
That block, right? Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, it looks much better now, because when I came here, I did think that piston looks like it should be extended.
Yeah. I also I do really like this little like seeing thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I thought it was just like a thing. But yeah, that looks so good.
I wanted to add like a lot of weight to this, but unfortunately, like it's really hard to get like half blocks in beta.
Yeah.
So instead of like adding more weight to the bottom, I just kind of increased like the amount of supports.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the dome on top, because I mean that's hard to build anyway. Even more a glass one, even more in Minecraft, a beta Minecraft as well. So I'm really impressed with how it's like. It looks like you can see the arches. It looks strong, but it's also got so much visibility with the glass.
Yeah, I didn't want to do like full glass because it just looked a little weird. And it was like difficult to balance the amount of glass to like the smooth slabs like properly.
Yeah, I think you've got a nice balance though.
The general idea is that I'm going to build a pathway, maybe terraform a little bit over here, but then I'm going to start expanding the opposite way, and then I'm going to come back and do more stuff over here, just to fill that area out like to the best of my ability, and then I'll come back over here and maybe start working over here some more. That's my area. That's more of the I don't want to say philosophical, because it's not really philosophical, but I guess in a way.
The what would you call it? The concept. That's actually really interesting, because you're probably the first person that I've spoken to that's had a proper like a conceptual thinking behind the design, which is like really important. Like everyone else's has just been, oh, I built this because it's my house, or I built this to look cool or whatever, but you've actually got a concept, and I think you've executed it really well. And it's actually something I kind of picked up on without being told explicitly, because when I was trying to get in, it was kind of hard to see the sightlines to the house from here. Like here, I can only just see the top of the tower, right? And then when you get up, there is just a wonderful view over the tree line. So I'm actually really impressed with that, like pulling that off your Minecraft.
And the fact that it's kind of difficult to get in as well, or find a like a sensible way in. There's really like no pathway leading into it except for that one, and even that one is in a way just kind of leading away from it.
It's very organic, I think.
Yeah, but this is just like how people want to see the sites. So kind of trudging through their own like pathways over and over again. Now it's very opposite to how I actually walk over this place, because I just like I just move to where I want to go.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But in terms of like what I imagine these people doing, you know, they wake up every morning, they go along this path. Even though these sites are very pretty, it's become very dull to them, and they just walk these paths to go do what they need to do, because that's what they've done for how long, right? It's kind of why they're building these towers, to kind of get a new perspective on things, to study them, to kind of just observe and learn from their world.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, very organically, just literally observing your surroundings through, like, just by being high up in a tower.
It's kind of like a very similar situation to the one that I'm in right now, you know. I'm at a point where I think observation is a good key, but I think right now the time for what I'm supposed to do is action, and I think I'm having a hard time kind of giving up that the element of myself that just likes to look and learn. I mean, obviously I'm gonna like foster that, but it's not as important as actually going out and doing those things right now. At least that's just how I believe.
I see. I feel like, yeah, towers kind of almost represent kind of action in a way, and they very defiantly just peek up through the tree line.
It's almost as if these builders are like begging to be seen, begging to be observed themselves.
Yeah, especially I really like how the what do you call them? The very tops of the towers, the spires, are like, I don't know if they're not. Yeah, they're almost exactly the same, like, construction. I think that looks really nice. That was one of my favorite things about the builds, is the architectural context. They really fit in a beautiful way.
I think the next build I'm gonna do is like a tavern, a place for people to stay, but I want to cut it off from a lot of the rest of the area, so people can stay, and they can stay very briefly, but they won't get a good enough view, because the terrain around it won't let them.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've been thinking about this now that I've got a chance to hear you explain the concept behind it. I think I'm gonna have to update one of my scores here, because I gave you a 3 for Utilitas, because I didn't think it was the most like, just the interior of the build was purely the most logical in terms of accessibility and I don't know, just treating it as a house. But I kind of neglected the utility of it in terms of your concept and how it fits in with everything else around it. And I think you've done it really well, so I'm definitely bumping up to a 4. I think is pretty good. And do you know what, SNES? Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means you've just managed to go up a grade.
Yo, dude.
That's right, mate. That's right. Also, sorry for just putting the signs right in front of your door.
No, you're good.
Just realized that's maybe not the best place.
Where you could put them? Right here.
Yeah.
Like right off to the side.
Oh wait, that's perfect.
Yeah, I've like, that's too small of an area to really do anything with, so.
Yeah, that's cool, because it looks like a little plaque that you see on the side of a house.
Wait. Dan, we should go check out your little area. You said someone griefed it.
You know what? Yeah, we need to see this, because, well, just follow me and I'll talk you through it. I log on one day and just three or four of the trees have had their blocks replaced with crafting tables. And I'm thinking, that's so odd, but whatever, I'll just kind of leave it. I did take one of them because I needed a crafting table for something. And I think, I'll get around to the others eventually. And then I log on, maybe it's today or yesterday, and every single tree, I mean, I won't even need to tell you, you can see it. Also, check out the spawn. I've added a couple things. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it, but
Those
I've just been adding
hearts.
some random stuff.
I noticed the Beta Land flag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought we could do with a nice flag, and I don't know, someone just designed this one. I think it looks pretty good for this server.
Oh, that's so cool how all of our things line up perfectly. Now we can't add anyone to the server anymore.
I'd have to redesign the whole building and everything. The reason that there's 2 hearts is definitely not because it wasn't symmetrical. It's because it's season 2, so I put 2 hearts.
Naturally, yeah, of course, yeah.
Look at this.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Oh, and not
Dude.
only that, look at my signs, which I've only just put up like yesterday. It said free bread this way. It says now.
The tilde. That's so funny.
That's what caught my eye. I was like, why is there a tilde on it? And I was like, oh my god. And then I saw this suspicious sign
Mi
Um,
pakala e tomosina. Miyan kuleta. Well, I know. I've gotten to the naming part. They didn't capitalize their name, so they did that wrong.
yeah, that did raise my eyebrow. I thought, well, this can't be Valley
I'm the
because
Crafting Crook.
no, surely not.
Yeah, I'm a stickler with capitalization.
The Crafting
Exactly,
Crook. What
exactly.
a devious name, dude. What a devious
So-
name.
So obviously, I thought Yankulata is the crafter, the Crafting Crook. So I know who visited me, and I know that they had some connection to Valley, or at least alleged to have some connection. But just look at this place, man. Look, and all the trees in my tree farm as well.
Wait.
I was asked by an anonymous individual how to translate like I messed with your house or something like that. I don't remember what it was exactly.
Do you reckon it's Spiffy's first job as a detective now?
I think so. I actually was going to contact him. I'll have to speak to him in private and put in an appointment, but you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so stupid. Every single tree. Oh my god.
Dude, you can't tamper with any evidence now. You can't
That's the thing.
mine anything.
I started to remove one, but then every tree turned into this. So, and the thing is, crafting tables take so long to mine. I just can't be bothered. Look at the signs inside as well. Do you notice anything odd?
Help yourself to as much breed as you need.
I did not write that.
More breed upstairs. Oh boy, hold on.
Ooh boy.
No, there's nothing up here. There's nothing up here.
No, it's because I wrote bread. It's the bread house.
Yeah, it's the breed house.
So I don't know if I do actually know. I've got a lead on the sign tampering. I know when Zed was here, he was changing some, and he did say he was messing with signs. And he's known to do that, so I thought fine. But the thing is, I changed it back to bread on one of them, and it changed back to breed, and I don't think he's been around. So it could be in cahoots with the Crafting Crook. It could be all sorts. I don't even know if I trust Clubby, because he comes and steals my wool sometimes. I mean, I think it's okay because we're in the Pirate Federation, but I don't know, we're pirates. I can't trust him that much, can I?
And I mean, Valley's obviously off the hook because, like, bro helped translating. Like,
I don't know.
I didn't know they were gonna say that. I helped with the
that could also be like a
I'll
master
leave
ploy,
that up to
though. That could
Spiffy.
also be a master ploy. He is pretty Ike
Well,
after all.
we'll see. That's true. We'll see what the detectives say though, because it would be be weird to put your own name on the sign if Valley did any of this. But maybe that's just what he wants me to think. You know, just can't believe it. But I mean, I don't mind. It's only crafting tables, and I actually do use them to craft as well, so it's quite useful for the house.
Hey,
Hello,
Spiffy.
Oh,
Spiffy.
Spiffy, I'm glad you're here, mate. Have you been to the bread house recently? Point is, there's been a crime. Well, maybe not a crime, but there's been a case of serious griefing over here, and I need a detective to take a look at it.
Yeah, I saw Dan in your stream where you were looking at all the trees that have been griefed.
I've just brought Spiffy the detective here. Take a look. I think there's some suspicious signs I found here as well. This says like, I've destroyed your house, or I broke your house, I griefed you.
Yeah,
griefed
it's
your
in
house.
Tokipona.
It says, I'm the Crafting Crook. And as you can see, every single tree has now got a crafting table inside of it, even the trees in my tree farm. And there's also a possibly separate, possibly related crime, which is vandalism. Okay. As you know, this is the bread house. But if you come in and read the signs, they've been subtly altered.
Read?
I know.
Breed house?
Someone has renamed it the Breed House.
Oh my god.
Now this has happened before, and I do have a lead for you, Spiffy. And that lead is Mr. ZX, because he's known to tamper signs. He said he was tampering them, and he did it in season 1. But what's very suspicious is that I changed this sign here back to say bread, and then while I think he was offline or back at his house, it's changed back to breed. Now he could have logged on while I wasn't here, but I'm normally on. I'm pretty vigilant, so I'm nervous that he's in cahoots with the Crafting Crook.
Hasn't
sounds like a
Akron
ghost.
been on for a while today?
That is also true. And Akron is also known to tamper with your signs.
I wouldn't put him past it.
I don't think Akron would be the Crafting Crook is the thing. He just doesn't give me that vibe. That doesn't give me that
Pretty
energy.
crafty though.
He is
And
pretty
the
crafty.
crafting
Says,
tower.
am I?
Oh, that's true. The crafting tower.
You think I would copy the same thing?
Akron.
2 seasons in a row?
Dude, Akron, why are you so quiet? Well, the thing is, it's written in Tokipona.
Isn't there only like 3 people who know Tokipona in the server?
Well, yeah, but can't you see? Translation help from Valley, so it could be Valley, but it could just be like anyone at this point. Well, I guess we can rule off Haruni. Bro does not log on at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's Haruni. But Valley did say that an anonymous person contacted them and asked for this translation, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of suspicious. It's kind of suspicious. I'm not trying to confront you, but it's a bit
I
suspicious.
didn't know what their goal was. I just thought they were curious about Tokipona, and I like sharing my knowledge.
I've got a pretty crazy piece of evidence to throw in, and I think SNES is a witness to this. When we were about to do a tour of SNES's house, we saw none other than Valley 152 replace a block of a tree with a crafting table.
He did do that.
Much alike these trees
Whoa.
right here.
If I did this and I wanted to stay anonymous, why would I do that one deed on camera?
Well, maybe you got too greedy. Maybe you wanted everyone to know who you were. You know?
Akron.
Maybe you took a step too far.
Me?
Guys, what if it was Luke this whole time? What if it was Luke?
Oh, what if?
His tower is right there.
Also, Dan, you should put your fog all the way up and then walk through the forest.
Oh my goodness.
This is
Yeah.
so
No,
spooky.
this is too liminal.
Too liminal, I know.
It's so
Scary.
It's super liminal, if you will. Because I noticed while you were said it was on all of my tree farms. It isn't on this one, though.
Yeah, it is on my tree first.
It isn't on this one. Do you think
That's
they were here before all of this grew?
well, yeah, it's not on this one, and I might be right. Because when I logged on, there was a couple of trees, and they did not have crafting tables in.
That could like kind of date the like when did you last place these saplings? Is the thing.
I've since harvested the trees, but when I came on, there was maybe 3 that had grown. So we're talking about 3 tree lives since the crime.
Do you know who was on around the time that these heinous, absolutely heinous vandalisms occurred?
God, it's hard to say. I think I was on. No, I was out yesterday. I was on for a little bit.
I think there was a big
maybe
group
happened
of us
overnight.
on, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Akron was there. Cappy
I
was
think
there.
Haruni was on.
Yeah, Haruni was there. and he
Haruni
was
was
just
there.
kind of wandering around, so he could have also done this. Now that I think about it, because he was over here. I think Luke was on yesterday as well, but very briefly. Valley Moog was there, wasn't like for like a second or two. Like he left like almost
Well,
immediately.
yeah.
Or...
I don't think Harun even knows what Tokipona is, bro.
That is true. I don't think no. That's now putting that back into the whole evidence thing. Yeah, I don't think he would have asked Valley for
And I know Akron would have tried to shoddily translate it using his amazing translation skills.
Akron does have a lot of Tokipona at his village.
All of it was not written by me, or if it was asked by Valley.
Can I ask who helped translate it?
Valley?
Just like the sign foretold.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious.
And the other Tokipona here is just on Valley's house by Valley.
To be very clear, I don't think I have enough evidence to persecute anyone here. I might need to sleuth for a bit, you know?
Yeah. Maybe wait, hold on. This is just my theory, my Einstein theory. The capitalization, right? The help from Valley. And we all know that Valley is a little bit of an Ike. A little bit of a mischievous little guy. Right.
Isn't it?
Like I feel like that's just a subtle clue that they would add. You know what I mean? Like maybe they did this on purpose.
I'm not
I
gonna
am a
lie.
stickler for capitalization.
But maybe
I
that's
don't know,
that. Maybe
maybe
that's the
that's
perfect.
just-
Maybe that's the perfect guys, though. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking it's purposefully not capitalizing and leaving a sign, because who would leave a sign at the crime apart from someone that wants to get caught on camera?
I can tell you it was not me.
I can tell
Valley,
you that it
look
was
at-
not me. Very damning evidence,
Valley,
dude.
look into my 5 eyes. Look into my 5 eyes and tell me that you did not commit this crime.
I did not commit this crime.
I'm gonna
Oh.
head off as well. Thank you for the stream, everyone.
me
Thank
beef.
you for the architecture.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
Bye-bye,
much
Thank you for the
Dan.
bread, and thank you for investigating my my forest.
I'll investigate it more.